And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is maybe I spoke too soon. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, so a few days ago, not that long ago, I had sent out a podcast called No More Marketing, and it was talking about how I do not think that small businesses should use marketing, or should use marketing firms, I should say. They definitely should use marketing. It's very important, but they shouldn't use outside marketing firms for help. And I'm going to eat those words, and here's how and here's why. But it'll make sense in a little bit. So I had been reached out to back in January, I think, by a marketing firm, young group of guys and gals. There was obviously it's a group of diverse group, and they reached out and they said, we want to help. And I gave them a little bit of time. I talked with one of them on the phone. And he had been very forthcoming with strategies, suggestions, ideas. And my thought when I listened to him was, you're kind of giving away the secret sauce here, bud. Why are you giving away so much information about what the right way to do this is? I'm just going to use this and not use you guys. And then I tried to implement their techniques. So I tried to implement some of the email strategies they talked about. I tried to implement some of this text message stuff, and it didn't work so well. And every time I would send out an email, because that's what the marketing firm's primary role was. They specialized in email and SMS marketing using a platform called Klaviyo. And I had thought to myself, well, we get our Ascend platform free through Wix, and we can send out unlimited emails to unlimited contacts. So I don't want to pay for another software to be run by a third-party company that doesn't know us and doesn't know what we do, and not to have that control. But here's the thing. Every time I would send out an email, another person in the company, who I think he's one of the co-founders, would send me a video or send me an email back just doing a walkthrough of how he would have done it a little bit differently, just some thoughts to improve. And he would literally say, if you put this here or you put that there or you add those things there, it might be better. And every time he said something, I did it. And every time I did it, it improved. And he called me and he messaged me, and I kind of ignored him and blew him off for about 6 months. And then recently, I kind of realized that I don't like doing emails. I don't like receiving emails. I don't like sending emails. I don't like designing emails. And Ascend, the software we're using through Wix, is relatively limited. We also have struggled to set up a proper strategy with our emails. Most of the time, it's just fire them off. And I was doing a little bit of research, and I was listening to one of the videos that he had sent me on our most recent email. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? We got to try it. We got to try these people, because I was reading through that in the industry, and depending on the industry, of course, but in the general business world, emails make up between 20 and 50% of people's revenue, as far as drivable revenue. And I have been struggling, as I've talked about here before, on trying to find new methods of marketing to people. And I realized we have this massive list that we've compiled. And we've got customers, we've got people who signed up and subscribed but never bought anything. We've got all of these things. And most of the people who have signed up for our email lists don't know a vast amount of information about the company, about the product, about the various forms of social media and marketing we do. They don't know anything about my podcast. They may not know anything about the videos we've done talking about the leather and where it comes from and all of that stuff. There's so much content that we make, and most of these people have never interacted with it. And I don't blame them. It's not necessarily all, it's a lot to take in if you're not necessarily prepared for it. But I realized there wasn't any strategy, and it wasn't an area that I felt I had very much strength in. And it was something I had tried to do on my own using their techniques and their tips, and I had failed. And I'm self-aware enough to realize that the reason their tips failed was not because their tips were bad tips. They were excellent tips. I executed them very poorly. And I think that's a real area that I struggle with. So I said, you know what? Here's the deal. I don't like marketing firms. I don't want to work with marketing firms. So you guys have a lot to prove. And I said, I don't want any long-term contracts. And I want the pricing to be fair for what you're offering. And what they presented was excellent. It's month to month. First month's relatively reasonable. I think it's a perfectly reasonable, small, flat fee. And then every month after that, it is a little bit higher flat fee and a percentage of the revenue generated from the emails. And I actually like that. And it caps out at a certain amount, which I think is a very fair cap. And I really like that model, specifically because with our other marketing firms, there was no revenue sharing. There was no revenue generating kind of component to it. And I think it made it so there wasn't a lot of reason to do better, right? Obviously, getting fired is a reason, but that's not really I don't think that's a really good motivator for marketing people. So the idea that perhaps your efforts, if you do really well, can generate more revenue for the company. And if you generate more revenue from the company and you have a little bit of skin in the game, you make more money. So I think there's a value to that structure of model. Well, I've had a couple of meetings with them now. We've worked on getting our Wix site integrated with Klaviyo, and I'm very excited about that. And we're trying some new stuff with some other softwares that kind of are tangential to that particular piece of software. Klaviyo is built on artificial intelligence, flows. I mean, as far as how intelligent they are, that's a different question. But you can set up different flows so that if, for example, we may have 100 or more emails that are automatic emails, but you may only see 15 of them, 10 of them over the course of time. Because depending on how you interact with the first email you get will put you down one path or a different path, depending on, what you tell us you like, depending on what you've subscribed to, that'll show you different emails. And so there's going to be a lot of really intelligent decision-making in the flow, specifically to make sure that when you get an email from us, it's something that's relevant to you. It's something that makes sense, right? We don't want you to get writing prompts if you have no desire to write. And we don't want you to miss the writing prompts if you are a journaler and are looking for some inspiration, right? So this is where I'm really excited about this system. I'm really excited about these people. I think an important part of this that has led me to believe that maybe this might work is that the people involved seem very hungry to do well. And I think that the month-to-month strategy that they have laid out and the month-to-month payment system where it's like, you know what, we can be done. If at any time, if you don't want to keep going, we don't have to keep going. That's a strategy I really like. For a lot of the companies that I have interacted with that were marketing firms that were willing to go month to month, they had an exorbitantly high flat fee in their books to do month to month, and I didn't like that because I like the idea of a lower fee in the beginning that slowly begins to ramp up. Because at some level, I don't know if this is going to work yet. And I know that a lot of companies don't like doing that because a lot of the work to make companies, a lot of the work on the marketing end happens in the first month. That's where a lot of the heavy lifting goes into building, not only the actual assets like emails and things like that, but also things like how do we capture the tone of the company? How do we engage with the audience in a way that seems genuine and is genuine and has that natural flow? So there's not a jar. There's not a jarring change in the way the emails are done. How do we do that and build that so that it makes a lot of sense to the customers? So that's where I think for a lot of marketing firms, they don't want to do low fees if it's month to month, because particularly in the beginning. But this method of low fees in the beginning, month to month, means I'm far more inclined to let it play out for a few extra months and give them more time to find that sweet spot of success, because it's not costing me an absurd amount to do it. And if they don't do well, the fee itself is very modest. So if they don't do well, they're not going to get paid a lot. And if they do well, they'll get paid more. So that's, I think, a very good way to do it. Moral of the story, perhaps there is a place for outside marketing agencies. I still stand by the fact that I don't think it is for small businesses very much. And I think that it should be relegated specifically and explicitly to things that you are yourself not very confident in. Some things you can get good at, some things you should get good at. One of the reasons why I don't think I'm good enough at emails for this purpose is that I'm limited by the tools that I have, and they're not that great of tools. And I'm also limited in the amount of time I have to devote to learning this. If I was a small business by myself, where I didn't, this was my only job and I didn't have any other responsibilities, then I probably would take the time to learn it. But in light of the size we are now and how valuable my time is, it makes more sense for me to say, you know what, I'm going to outsource this one aspect of the company. And they have, I have a lot of controls over what they're doing. So I'm excited about this. I really think this is going to be a good thing. I think you're going to start to get more and more engaging and more interesting emails from us. I think you're going to start to see more products that you haven't maybe seen before because we just haven't done a good job of demonstrating them. You're going to see more creative content that's going to showcase the products in new ways and in new environments that I think might be good inspiration for people. And I'm excited to see how we can help nurture people who have thought to themselves at some point or another, I like this company, I want to subscribe to them, but maybe hasn't purchased. I'm hoping we can nurture those people to understand more about the success that we are, more about the company that we are, what we do, why we do it, the sustainability of our goals, and how we have built a company that is successful. And I want people to be part of that. I want people to feel like they're, with us and part of our team. So I'm hoping that this email chain can really do that and really help develop that. And we've got a bazillion flows coming. So for those of you who have maybe ignored our emails in the past or thought to yourself, ugh, I hate their emails, change is coming. And I think it's going to be good change. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to check back in on Thursday for our next topic. And don't forget to check that subscribe button as well as the alert button to get notified right away for our latest podcasts. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, mask, anything else we sell, feel free to contact us at any page of our website at murdycreative.co. Or you can contact us via Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, but I do appreciate your patience. Instagram DM is probably the slowest way to get a hold of me. I'm the one that still answers them, and so it takes me a long time to get through all of our DMs in the few minutes that I have during the day to do it. If you're looking for a quick answer, calling us or texting us at 414-434-9001 is the easiest way to get a hold of us in a hurry. That's from 9 to 5 or 9 to 5:30 Central Time is when we normally have customer service hours. Similarly with emails, you can send us an email and we'll work on getting back to you either the same day or within one business day normally as far as answers go. So definitely feel free to reach out to us with any of those things. And, we love talking with you guys. You guys have great insights and questions and concerns, and, you guys are excellent to talk to. So there's no problem there. If you think you deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community. Both leaving a review on the product on the our Facebook page and also on the podcast. So you can leave a review on whatever podcast app you're listening on, and that really does help us, and I do read them and I do enjoy them. Or if you want to, you can go and click on the murdycreative.co/reviews page. murdycreative.co/reviews has two options. One says, I'd like to leave a good review, and you click that button and it'll take you to Facebook where you can leave a good review, or you can read all of the reviews on that page. Or if you have questions or you need help, or there's something that would cause you potentially to leave a bad review because there's something that needs to be dealt with or helped, there's a button there that's immediately gets you in contact with us, and we can help resolve issues because we want to make sure that everybody's happy. It's an important part of the nature of the company. It's important to me that if you're going to spend as much money as you are on our products, that you're very happy with them when you get them. So we want to do everything in our power to make that happen. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to engage with our growing community, and I want to give you guys what you're looking for. So just send us a message, email us, call us, text us, anything you want to hear about, or leave it in the comments below on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to tell your friends, word of mouth is the best advertising. So if you want to tell your friends about the company, please do so. And if you sign in, you hit log in at the top of our website, create a profile. It's just a email and password. That's all we need. That allows you to get a referral link. Your own customer referral link. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a rewards button. Click on that. You can get a referral link. If you give that to your friends, they get $5 off their first purchase, and you get $5 every time or when they use that link. So definitely feel free to take advantage of that, and you should, and tell your friends about it. It really does help us. If you're looking for multiple binders, journals, folios, any of our products, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts that we do have available. The minimum order quantity to get those bulk discounts starts at quantity 5 and goes up from there. And the bulk discounts are a cart total products. So if you're going to order a journal, a binder, a folio, a wallet, and a mask, right? You're going to get those 5 things. You would qualify, even though you might only get one of each of those. So it's based off of the total number in the cart of items in the cart. So check that out, and definitely feel free to reach out to us if you have more questions about that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.